Oh, hey everybody, I just got this new place, and I'm now moving all my stuff in. After the fire, some things couldn't be saved or found, but you would be surprised at the amount of stuff I was able to salvage from the wreckage. My old video camera, this toy I used to play with a lot, even my 2DS. I can show you more stuff too, I just have a few more boxes left.
Sir, where should I place this box? Permanently.
Oh, you can put that box in the corner. Pretty cool, huh? A friend of mine lent me these robots to help move in. Man, I wonder what it must be like to be a robot. FNAF simulators. For all the people that say, God, I wish that were me. FNAF simulators have been around nearly since the beginning of the FNAF series, ranging all different types of formats, setups, and even which part of the fazbear experience is simulated. Today, I'm going to talk about an assortment of FNAF simulator games I think are unique and show how this niche has evolved over the years. We should probably start with one of the very first FNAF simulator games, Bonnie Simulator. That's right, get fucked, Freddy. So this game lets you play as Bonnie, or well, what's supposed to be happening here. This is probably the most bare bones simulator game out there. It basically reuses assets from FNAF 2 in order to move Withered Bonnie or Toy Bonnie through the pizzeria, which I mean, it works. It's just a bit underwhelming. The game itself is pretty content packed. There are unlockables which help you complete runs faster and stuff, which can diversify gameplay. However, it feels more like you're guiding Bonnie rather than controlling him. It's not bad by any means, but this isn't the best way to simulate being an actual animatronic. I need to bring up this game though because it essentially laid the groundwork for future simulator games in this subgenre. Now how about we get into something familiar? Pizzeria Simulator. Now I know it might be weird that we are making our way to an official FNAF game, but technically speaking this does count as a FNAF simulator. You get to play as a pizzeria manager this time instead of a night guard, and the way Scott achieved this was by making the pizzeria simulator kind of like a tycoon game. You can get games, animatronics, stages, sponsors, taxes, lawsuits, it has it all. You even have to manually print out papers and buy supplies for your restaurants after hours. This game definitely covers all of the responsibilities of managing a haunted pizzeria, but if I were to be completely honest, I don't think this game does it nearly as well as it could have. I'm not saying this is a bad game, far from it, but the actual simulated section of running a pizzeria seems to be just a complement to the regular FNAF formula. I think everyone knows that this game was meant to be a lore game rather than an actual game, but it definitely left a taste of what future sim games could be. Actual simulator games where you could work at a pizzeria. That's where Faz Anim comes in. This game answers the question, what if you controlled the animatronics? This game is actually really special. This game simulates what it would be like to program the shows with the FNAF animatronics. Out of all of the things that we have seen in the FNAF franchise, something that we keep on missing out or getting cut at the last minute are the animatronics actually performing. And this game lets you basically do just that. In this game, you play as a robot programmed to make shows for Fazbear Entertainment. You have a wide selection of characters and stages, many controls which influence the characters down to the individual bones, and you can even add in your very own audio.
What's 9 plus 10?
21?
There are a ton of collectibles to get, and the dialogue in the first part of the game is really good. I have a few gripes with this game. For starters, the controls are very complex. Granted, I think that adds to the realism, but maybe a HUD in the corner telling you the controls would have helped. Having to look down to read the movements is tedious. We are canonically a robot in this game, so any enhancements would have helped. Heck, you even see a holographic printer walking around the floor. It's totally possible. The game looks fine. The characters aren't 100% accurate to their official counterparts. Mainly the appendages are smoothed over, which probably makes animating them easier. The game is also pretty buggy. However, I would also say that lends itself to the realism of the simulator. These things are supposed to be old and haunted and stuff, so of course they would act up. And on top of that, This is Fazbear Entertainment, for crying out loud. I know Afton Robotics makes cool stuff, but these are definitely not the highest grade machines. This game also has a VR port. However, going off of how complicated the flat version is, I'm not going to even try and understand how to play this version. But this alternate play method definitely adds to the realism. This is probably the best simulator game out there. The fact that you can get up close and personal with the animatronics and program them too, this is a great game. But I want to be the animatronic! No bullshit with controlling or guiding them. I want to be the man behind the slaughter. Well, do I have the game for you? Well, I can't dock them for the title. This is the cold-hearted truth. This game is probably the closest thing to what you would expect from a FNAF simulator. You get to be the animatronic, and it's your objective to kill the night guard. This game lets you play a wide assortment of animatronics, from FNAF 1 all the way to Pizzeria Simulator. The game is pretty well made. Being in first person and also having HUD elements on the screen are really cool. You can even see their boot sequences, and how characters like Foxy or Withered Bonnie are defective. There are so many small details here which make the game much more believable. The way the simulator is set up is much more game-y than the others. Not all of the characters are unlocked from the get-go. Instead, you need to unlock them with Faz coins, which you earn by jump-scaring the night guard or collecting them in the map during the night. Each character also has an ability which they can use to gain a leg up on the night guard, like time manipulation, speed boost, extra characters. It's really cool. Some kind of break canon, like Springtrap's ability is Plush Trap, but overall these extra abilities lend to the gameplay. This game also has its rough edges, however. For starters, not every character is created equal. I can't see shit as Withered Bonnie. I wish we could play as other characters on other maps. Instead, we are limited to the characters which appeared to their respective games. Some gameplay elements don't transition over cleanly from the main game to this simulator game. A nice detail that they programmed in is the fact that the animatronics don't move while they're being looked at on camera. Cool that they kept this in, however, the implementation is tacky at best. You can't move past certain doors or hallways when the camera is on, but an invisible wall will just appear and it teleports you to the closest room. It's a bit jarring, and it's not always obvious if you can't move forward because of the security guard or if there was an improper collision. Also, some of the game modes are too easy and boring. Usually there is a challenge where you need to stay out of the immediate line of sight of the night guard, and if you get caught, you get sent back a few rooms. In the Pizzeria Sim section, all you do is go through the vents fast enough so you can get to the manager. That's it. It's definitely the low point of the game, but overall this is a very solid simulator. The character selection is solid, the game runs great, and it does a lot of things right. And that just about wraps up my coverage of FNAF simulators. It's really interesting how many different ways a genre like this could be interpreted. I personally think my favorite one of the bunch has to be Faz Anim. Controlling the animatronics was super cool and the game is so technical. Anyways, I should get the last few things set up here. Gotta be ready for all the future vids I'm gonna make, especially for all the cool FNAF stuff around the corner.
I hope you like that simulator. It feels like your room.